so pretty. Oh, so my journey with fire starts when I was about 5th grade. But it wasn't really fire, it was mainly heat. I was in Puerto Rico, and I was running around my grandma's house, and I hit my arm on a crock pot, and it was really hot, and I burnt my arm. So for a while, I was very, very iffy with anything hot because I knew what would happen. It hurts. It was actually so bad that I wouldn't keep my hands in hot water. I hated stoves. Ooh, I was not a fan of anything caliente. But come senior year, after graduating high school, I started going to a lot of grad parties. And at those graduation parties, they had fire. Little bonfires to be exact, actually. They weren't very little, they're kind of big. And so I started to associate fire with being vulnerable, being social, being happy. It was nice. So how I felt about fire raised in vibration. It was good. And then fire went away, disappeared. Wasn't in my life for the next 3 years up until recently, when I started to hear stories of the spiritual side of fire. I started to hear how people would be on ayahuasca and they would do a certain meditation in fire, where ritual pretty much, where you end up removing blocks from your past life and your current life, and you feel it while it's going on. I've even heard stories of, and even seen a video of people who are very spiritually adept and they're able to be inside fire. Now, that might sound kind of crazy, but when you start to play around with the elements and start to unlock their spiritual sides, you realize that they're just love incarnate. Like, water is liquid love. Fire is like plasma? I'm not really sure what I'd call fire, except fire. But yeah, it's literally like whoa! Fire is the first form of light that we have. It's literally love light. That's sick. Better. Sorry, I messed up. So what I did is I bought 100 candles. $6, baby. Hobby Lobby, it's a steal. It's a steal. And after work, I would light a candle and I would just sit and stare at the flame. And what I did is I was really just chasing relaxation. I'm kind of a relaxation junkie. And I knew about baths doing that, but fire was different. It was more comforting. It was just comforting in a different way. Because you have to think about it even from like a primitive state. This is what humans were raised on. They would set fires at night to help ward away the bugs, the smoke. The warmth was all they had during the winter. And, that's where you crowd around with your tribe. That's where you talk. Not even your tribe, at camps. Everyone's got a campfire. That's sick stuff, dude. But anyway, back to the point. I eventually started to just stare at fire all the time after work, and it was very, very calming. Then I started to talk because I was tired of sitting there in the quiet, And I'd talk about what was important to me and issues and kind of just talk to myself, but at the same time talk to fire. And in this weird way, I started to trust fire because every time I saw fire, I could be open. Then I got tired of talking and I wanted some answers. So I started channeling. It's hidden talent, baby. And oh boy, fire, man. Fire is funny, fire is witty, and fire is special. I started getting very, very good advice. I started getting very good revelations from fire. And I even started to learn different abilities that fire has, along with purifying, because one, heat is purifying. Actually, let me talk about that real quick. What I started to do is I slowly started to I started to put my hands over fire and just kind of have the heat warm me up, but some parts of my body would tense up extremely quickly whenever it got near the fire. I found out that I had a lot of negativity, a lot of stress, a lot of old anxiety stuck in those parts of my body. Fire was just trying to take it out, trying to purify me. What was it saying? Fire, purification, talking. Oh yeah, fire. Oh man. So we're all connected. We're all right here. We're each having our own individual experience, but you can be connected to the whole consciousness grid. This good guy right here, he is like a kiosk for who you want to talk to. It was crazy. There was one night where I was literally cycling through different people and talking to that aspect of themselves that connects them to everyone, including me, and just sending them loves, like help fixing old, like if our relationship wasn't good, I was fixing that. And sending advice, trying to, just communicating. Oh, it felt so good. And that was an amazing experience to have with fire, but it wouldn't have happened had I not just gotten curious. You see, fire is a being. It's an entity in of itself because it's one of the first elementals. We got fire, earth, water, air. I've had experiences with water and air before, and air was the first one, so that's the first one that I knew that you could start talking with these elementals. I know that's kind of an out there concept for some people, but start treating things as if they had consciousness, because you'd be surprised at just how much consciousness things have. I remember one time I was in the bath and I was just having a very spiritual experience with water, and I was like seeing water's memories, because water's been around forever, and I actually saw the moment of when humans discovered fire, and that was a very beautiful moment, and that was me channeling water. If you channel fire, if you channel earth, if you channel air, you're gonna heal a lot. You're gonna heal great. So just start spending time with the elements. What I like to do is I like to just light a candle, and I like to just eat next to it. So with that, I'm sorry, I just kind of like brain farted there for a second. But here's a video of me eating breakfast before going to work. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
You had me at hello.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, dude. That's like a fruity Oreo. Essentially like dipping an Oreo into sweetened water. Still though, I don't think I'd eat them dry over this. This is so freaking good. It's almost as if it was like burnt. Like if you burnt water. Think about that one. You realize if that goes viral, I'm like finally the godfather of a meme. And I've been wanting to do that since I was in middle school. Back in the rage comments. Wait, no. Literal. This is not that funny. I always felt like I was meant to eventually get to this moment in life. Like, it's not like I'm winning the lottery right now, but, I am grateful that I enjoy fruits, and I am grateful that I still enjoy Oreos. I am grateful that I'm doing YouTube now. Like, as a kid, I used to watch videos, like, way back in the day, 2006. Like, Smosh, y'all remember them? And to be having a YouTube channel now is kind of cool. It's like I'm fulfilling a childhood goal. And eating like just a ton of fruit was also a childhood goal. So now I just eat a ton of fruit. Record myself. And I have fun. I think that's it. I have to